get something like set on top of.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Put it on that tripod. Put it on that tripod so it'll stay on top.
No, we got it. We got it.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got
this
it.
is good.
We got it.
So,
You ready for
do
yours?
you guys like doing your own books?
You ready for
Yeah.
yours?
Yep.
So I will say I fall behind more than I should. I reminded people.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Where you going, Juan?
I'm gonna warm up today.
Oh, okay, okay. So,
All right.
one of the, no, thanks for going to pick it up. So one of the comments we got is, why go on social media if you're not going to make any money off of it? Whether it's you're going on to sell your services, I think is more what was asked. And so I know for us, we're going on social media to build a brand so that we can decide later what it is that we might be able to monetize on social media. So one of the thoughts for me is this long anticipated book, Cracking the CPA Code. But if I've already built a brand and people know who I am as a CPA, as JJ the CPA, then when I come out to say, hey, I'm supporting this, or I'm a brand ambassador for this, or here's my book, I didn't come out the gate selling.
It's to be like on your game.
So I think for a lot of people on social media, they're getting on to sell. So anyways, for me, I think, get on there and build a brand, get on there and be familiar. Your clients are probably going to it, any business. And as easy as it is now, why wouldn't we just do it? So the question was, whoever wants to take it next, why get on social media if you're not going to make money off of it? Mostly, I think,
Why spend the time?
what's that?
Why spend the time? Right?
So I feel like when I first got on social media, I actually did it because at least when I got on, I saw like accountants weren't making any other content that I was noticing in my feed, and again, my feed's grown a lot, so I see different content. But I saw like very plain content. It wasn't super, like, it didn't like draw me in. It was sharing IRS code, so I got on there just to start like sharing different types of content and get people hopefully thinking a little bit differently. And I noticed over time that built my brand. And so now I would say everyone should get on there to build their brand, and even if they're, regardless if they're a business owner, if they're working for someone, like whatever they're doing, what you put out is what you attract. So if I establish my brand as X, then I'm going to start attracting more of these certain type of clients or these certain type of projects if I'm not a business owner. So it's like your brand is so important because that's what everyone thinks of you, and that's naturally what type of people and projects and opportunities you attract with that.
Yeah, I like it.
And I think, just to continue with that question of like, why would you get on social media to not make money? Well, let me flip the script on you and say that why would you even get on social media? I don't know if there's anything that I use social media for and getting online for other than to get what I want. And one of those things is money. And so for a lot of business owners, accounting like entrepreneurs are no different than any other entrepreneurs in terms of they want to make money and increase sales. And so, I think just like accountants, you correct, if you're an accountant, you correct a lot of other business owners on the way that they're managing their balance sheet, on the way that they're managing their books, on the financial decisions that they make. They have a lot of misconceptions that you go in there and you correct. So what you need to understand is that me as a marketer, I know that, because I've seen it, that the accounting market has a lot of misconceptions about social media marketing. So I'm flying in as a marketer to come correct some of those misconceptions. So, you know, in more blunt terms, you're telling business owners that they're wrong about the financials. I'm telling you that you're wrong about the way that you're marketing online. And a lot of business owners that say, you know what, why would I get on if I'm not being paid to make this content, right? Well, I don't look at content marketing in terms of I'm going to get views and as a YouTuber make money off the amount of views. I'm literally making my money indirectly from that. So it's not directly as I'm getting paid for views. I'm making my money indirectly in that, you know, Justin sees a video in the forest and maybe he trusts me more as a marketer now, and then we have the sales meeting, right? And there's content that I've made that business owners, for me, have been in my inbox, and because of that content, I don't even know they watch my stuff. They haven't liked it or commented on any of it, but they're like, oh yeah, that video, like I watched the entire thing. Like the decision is easy to sign up with you, right? Or like in the case of many accountants, they'll put themselves in much better business deals if they're producing a lot of content. So I mean, sales can be done in the messages, sales can be done talking to people, but I definitely don't think that something that JJ said earlier might have scared a lot of people, which is like, hey, we're not making money off of this, right? What he means is we're not getting paid like to show up here.
Right.
We're not
That's
getting
right.
paid if we get a bunch of viewers here, but we are going to make money off of this, all of us. We're actually going to make legitimate dollars, not just opportunities, right? Legitimate dollars off of doing what we did today. So
I don't know about you, and I know everyone else needs to like share on this, but I've completely grown my business just from being online. And not saying that you can't do it another way, but that's 99% of my business. I would pull 100 because that's how it started out, and then they referred other people, but it's been primarily because the original person found me online. So exactly what you're saying.
right,
You know what's funny is I won't take on a client that comes to me online as well. And I don't know why, but it's almost kind of like, I don't know, isn't that weird? I mean, like, I don't think I've taken one client on other than it was somebody I already knew and they reached out kind of via messaging. And I think part of it is because I'm going online, I'm going on social media to make revenue in a different way. I'm not really interested in more work that requires me to do tax returns and increase my tax season. I feel like I have more than enough of that with wonderful clients. You know, I'm looking to build revenue in other ways, and the thing I like about social media is that it leverages my time. So, you know, Amanda and I will get together and, you know, shoot 3-4 videos, sometimes more than that. We'll talk through, you know, what are we doing this week, what's the thinking, excuse me, etc. And then she's able to basically do that. So it's a leverage of my time to then leverage into whether it's brand ambassador or, you know, promoting something that I've written, and not that I want to be a bestseller, but then maybe it leads to a speech that then it's $5,000, you know, to show up because you're going to talk to 500 people.
For me, it's actually, you know, why do it? You know, you say I don't get paid to do it, no, but you know, the podcast I do is a lot of work, really is. But I've already been able to take some of that information, and when I want to prospect, start with a prospect, I'm like, hey, you have this question, we talked about it, I'm like, here, listen to this episode, and like, let's have that conversation afterwards. And
Spirits.
and we were able to close it. You know, I was able to close those deals because they're like, oh wow, that's, you know, thank you for that. So it has helped me because that's one thing. Or maybe I'm talking to somebody, I see somebody I want to work with, I'm like, hey, you know, I see your issues here. Check out this episode of the podcast, or check this out. You know, I have a video that I talked about this. Check it out. You know, it's kind of a way to just like, hey, you know, here you go. So we end up working together great. If not, I help someone else.
Yeah.
Works out for me. You know?
Yeah.
What was the specific question?
If you're not going to make money from being on social media, why get on it?
So,
And I
If you're
interpret the
not gonna
question
make
as-
money from being in business, right? Why get it?
True.
Seriously, it's the exact same question in my personal opinion. If you're not going to make money doing business, then why do business? Because if you want to call it social media, that's fine. It's advertising. It's marketing. It's just the 2019, 2020 version of marketing. You know what else it is? The least expensive marketing has ever been ever. So why would you? Why wouldn't you? I mean, the fact that you're asking that question to me personally means that you just don't understand. Because it's a misconception. You're just not understanding what it is. It's marketing. It is advertising. It is Super Bowl ads. It is penny savers. It is my billboard on a bench for a bus bench. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. It's just not one little picture. It's not one piece. It's absolutely everything we are, because that's why people want to work with you specifically as an accountant. The most trusted advisor, at least that's what they've been telling everyone, and that's why we're whatever. I mean, that's,
Well, Amanda, you do social media consulting. You do all of mine, but you work with other small businesses. And when they're coming to you, it's usually, well, I want to have a social media presence because I see everybody else doing it. So weigh in on this one.
Well, I have to say I agree with J-Mac on this. Like, why wouldn't you? We are at a stage in our lifetime where technology is everywhere. But small business owners, as we all know, it's not like you just come right out of the park and you have tons of money. And they all, should have an advertising budget. But make the people work for you for free. I have screamed that since the very beginning, and that's what I tell everyone, is that if you make the public work for you, and that's by running contests or having ads or making good content that gets shared, you have the people working for you, and they're working for free and they don't even know it. But totally take advantage of every free marketing platform out there, and that's all of social media. And so my response is just like J-Max, like, why wouldn't you?
And I think, like, beyond just growing your business, which obviously that's why business owners are going to be on there, it's the people you meet. So, like, even if you're like, hey, I don't have a business, you should still get on social media, because the people you meet and the knowledge you learn from those people and just the fulfillment you get from those connections, like, they're real. I mean, all of us are hanging out today. None of us would have known each other without social media, and I think that's almost more powerful than any monetary return.
Right, and there is even the people who don't get on social media for, all those reasons, but, as a small business and you're just like, I don't want to do social media, you should still have a web page. You should still have something out there that makes you look legit, because what's the number one thing that we most of the time do? If
Google.
someone's like, hey,
Yeah.
go to Louis, they have like the best chicken ever. So what do? We go to Google and we Google them. If they can't find anything about you, I know me personally, I won't continue to look anymore, and I'm not going to come to your store, and I'm not going to order anything if I can't find something about you online.
So, if you're not going to do social media, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You have to do something. I mean, you're a business owner. You have to get sales. Unless you're just fortunate enough to sell something that you don't need to do any work for, then God bless you, and that's amazing. But if you're not going to do social media, how are you going to do it? For me, social media is a way for me not to go out to networking events. I don't go to networking events ever anymore, and nor do I ever plan to. This technically is a networking event, but this is a different kind of networking event. But technically it kind of is. It's a networking lunch. I mean, I've never broke bread with you before until yesterday, right? So, if you're not going to do social media, then that means you're going to have to either advertise in the pages or buy something more expensive. I mean, just so you all know, this is really, really cheap, and people are looking at this and they're not looking at your TV and they're not looking at anything on the subway. I mean, going to the subway was public transportation. They have all these beautiful ads up in the subway. Where's everyone's eyes? How? I mean, literally, nobody's looking at it. I'm looking at it because I want to see all the people not looking at it, right? And then I look at it to see what companies are advertising up there, so I know, like, oh, who's wasting money on ad, and overspending for advertising. So, that's one thing. Then, no networking events. Tell me some of you who close to go to networking events.
I like to go
Tell me somebody who doesn't. Hi.
Most people don't, though. You're right, James.
Tell me
Most
somebody
people
who
don't.
likes to go to networking events for the specific reason to grow your own business. Because you are going in there
I like
to
it.
sell.
Right.
Nah,
Okay,
I like
you like to do
make
everything,
friends.
all right? You're also a different breed of animal or human.
Tell me,
So-
I
yeah,
was
so-
just thinking about
Go ahead, yeah.
about the Volvo story. There was a story, and
This is awesome.
So
This is
good.
an awesome.
it's
Yes.
like gave me chills whenever I
This is
first
an
read
awesome,
it.
awesome story.
Because I immediately
story.
told Joshua, I was like, this is what I have been preaching from the very beginning. But I forget which Super Bowl it was. I think it was maybe the last one. But you know, with Super Bowl, all of the car companies spend billions of dollars to put their commercials during the Super Bowl. And Volvo decided that they wanted to try something different. So all they did was at the beginning of the Super Bowl, they sent out a tweet and they said, anytime that you see any car ad, not ours, doesn't matter, but if you see any car ad, we want you to hashtag I love Volvo or someone needs Volvo. Anyways, they were going to give away a free car. And so all through the Super Bowl, which there are tons of car commercials, people were getting on Twitter and they were tweeting this Volvo tag. And by doing so, they became the top trending tweet during the Super Bowl, and their sales increased by 60% the following month, and they did zero advertising. It was completely free. All it started was with one tweet, and it just spiraled from there because they had the people work for them for free.
Wait, but why would you do social media?
Right? Why? Why?
Because it's free for starters.
It's
That's
free.
where people
But,
are.
like, look at this. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why would you
Well, I mean,
not?
but even they gave away a car, right?
Yep.
They're
They
doing
did.
something.
You have to
That's like
incentivize.
what? Yeah, that's like what? I mean,
What do I?
Yeah, 30, 50 grand.
What do I tell you all the time?
I mean, what's the cost? $10
People love free stuff. People, if we went online and we were like, you know, I have $1,000 right now, and as soon as you know we hit 5,000 subscribers, we're gonna vote. That post would go on and go on and go on because people love free stuff. And it's just like how they used to say, the word of mouth is, if you have 7 people and those people tell, then at least 3 people. Well, with social media, it's basically the same thing, which is why you will see a lot of ads or a lot of posts out there that say, you have to like my post, you have to tag 3 friends,
Yep.
and then you have to share it, because the study behind that is that at least 2 of those people that you tagged they will tag 3 more people, and it's so on and so on and so on.
So it was hashtag Volvo contest? Volvo contest?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it, and it was Super Bowl. I'm not doing it on the numerals, but XL, IX.
What IX?
XL, IX. I really absolutely.
I have no idea either.
49? Would that be XL? I have absolutely.
Because it wouldn't XX be?
I think that's 9, so it's got to be 49.
Yeah,
So
probably
Super Bowl's
49.
49.
Roman numerals are not on the calculator.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, no, there is. But once you get the L and the I, and the I, that's just
Yeah.
because it's the
Yeah.
that's just way too.
Yeah, maybe it was. I think it was Volvo contest.
Yeah, well, and it was summer 2014. It looks like, but I mean that's.
There's a
It's an
video
amazing
out
story.
there
Yeah.
on it,
It's
so
an
you
amazing
guys
story.
should Google it. For the people who do social media, you should Google it. There's a video on it that this professor showed to her class, and it was a marketing class. And it was amazing.
I think a lot of people though don't get on social media, at least what I didn't at first, because they're afraid that they have nothing to say, or they're going to come across as conceited or full of themselves. Did any of you guys have those thoughts before you got on, or no?
I mean, I think that for me, I wanted to make sure I got enough information out, so I've kind of pulled back from that. And unfortunately, listening to people in maybe midway through is why I kind of pulled back from a little bit of the bravado, which I'm going to bring back in 2.0 of JPA CPA, because that's just more who I am. So kind of more the opposite, meaning I came out the gate and was commanding, and you've never met a CPA quite like me, and I should have continued to stick with that. I still do it on most videos, and then the same thing with the cigar. So my point is that I came out that way. I didn't mean to portray that, but then two people, right, out of all the followers, out of all the views, two freaking people comment on it. And I think the reason it resonated with me, it was actually two people that I know, and one of them I kicked out of my life. But anyways, I'm kind of commenting by saying that it was opposite for me.
Yeah.
It's a great way to see out who your real friends are too,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
if you know why you want to do social media, you're a little insecure who likes you, well, go on social media and find out.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. But you know, I know what's interesting is what I like about LinkedIn is that I really don't have any friends or clients on LinkedIn. Every one of my friends and clients has a profile. I'm connected with all of them. If I go and search, I could probably find every single client on LinkedIn. So I don't know if it's an Oklahoma thing or an Edmond thing,
Active here.
but no one's active. And in some ways, I kind of love that anonymity. On Facebook, all my clients are on Facebook, and our growth really stopped at like around 500 because it's just mostly people that we know. And so we've pulled back from Facebook, and in theory, or in reality, that's actually where we were getting the feedback. So part of what I like about social media is, and it sounds weird, is I think especially with starting Monday, it'll be, this is who I am. This is not who I'm trying to be to my client. Because when we're dealing with our clients, we're meeting certain needs and expectations.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're not on LinkedIn and we're not going to be really doing much on Facebook, I think has given me the confidence to come back. And if people think I'm conceited, I'm just going to tell them to look at J-Mac. Because J-Mac is opinionated, he's an authority, and you know what? People love it.
Oh, not the people that know me who don't talk to me. They don't love it.
Well,
Yeah,
but-
you guys aren't loving this at all, are you?
But at the same time, though, you can't on social media absolutely, listen to the haters. And it was CPA Strength that actually, I've gone on one of his live, went live on YouTube, and he was commenting on a troll. And I don't know if it was a friendly troll or whatever, but he's kind of like, oh, here's this, such and such is on. He's a troll. He's like a professional troll. And he was like, hey, JJ, as soon as you get a troll, you've made it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
people
yeah.
start, when they start going negative on you, and people are seeking you out, and they're making like you've made it. People are wanting to bring you down, and that's where you got to push through.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I agree. I think once you start getting blocked by the big wigs, is whenever
Ah.
you start,
Yeah.
whenever you know you made it, whenever you're making noise, and the big wigs are blocking
You're disrupting
you. Yeah, you're
the
disrupting.
market.
It feels so good. Like honestly, it's better than winning a big client. Like, it's a great feeling. Like it's an honor. It's just an
So,
honor.
Katie, back to you. You were saying though you were concerned about that, but then how did you kind of get over that? How did you get over that hurdle?
That's a really interesting question. And for me, it was, I actually found LinkedIn first. And I was like, look, no one's talking about this stuff. I'm just going to put myself out there and see the response that I get. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to record. I'm going to do it because I have a message to share. And I'm not going to watch it, which I still don't honestly watch back a lot of my stuff. And then I was lucky because I got positive feedback, so it encouraged me to keep going. I can't say that, oh, that didn't play into it. So I felt like I got lucky and people were nice and supportive. I can't imagine if someone would have been like, wow, this sucks, I hate this, or something right away.
Right,
So-
right.
And then I noticed that, over time, through getting on there, other people have told me, like, hey, you inspired me to do the same. And so I'm sure along the way, I heard lots of different podcasts and saw different content that inspired me. So hopefully, through me doing it and sharing that I was nervous, I inspire other people, and then that just keeps
Yeah.
going down.
Yeah, and you do. You really do. So when you say you got on and you had a message, what was your kind of initial message? What was your initial initiative?
So it was just placed pressure on myself, like from my parents or anything that was like super supportive, but like society as a whole and accounting as a whole. So very structured, and like that's how we think. We're very logical. So to express things that were maybe more creative or maybe more about my personal side, I felt like was not part of the structure, and to step out of that was me giving myself permission and hopefully others by me doing so permission to do the same.
I love it. I love it. Well, I think we're wrapping up lunch, and we're going to take a little breather. We're getting ready for our next segment at 1:30 Central Standard Time, which is about 28 minutes from now. We're going to have this afternoon, we have superstar lineup because we've got Juan Garcia, the CPA marketer. He is getting ready to drop a keynote at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then after that, we've got Jose Zavala, who is going to bring it, and in a collaborative way, because after he brings it, Katie Thomas CPA is going to bring it, and then we'll have kind of an hour wrap up after that. We've got some things kind of lined up for this evening that'll be a little bit more fun and kind of some feedback. So appreciate you tuning in, and hope you're enjoying the day, and look forward to this afternoon, and we'll go from there. So, all right, shut her down. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. You know what's funny about being like considered or people viewing you that way? I feel like even I have to hold back and adjust things. I'm part of that 12 mistakes